Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gridiron Gals podcast. I'm Rita, the NFL chick.
And hey, everybody, it's Chelsea, aka Chelsea's right.
We are at the championship portion of the NFL season, Chels. Chiefs, Ravens at 3 p.m., followed by Lions and 49ers. And we'll talk about that later on in the podcast. But first, there's been, some coaching changes, some coaching hires, some coaching additions, all of those types of things. Of course, the biggest one is John's little brother, Jim Harbaugh, being the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. And you and I talked about this before. I know we said Raiders, but I always felt like Antonio Pierce would essentially get that job. But the Chargers, I think we both felt like were going to be the best place for Jim Harbaugh. He's coached in California before, remember, at Stanford, then at San Francisco. And yes, this is Southern California, but he already used to the California taxes as far as I'm concerned. So he already used to what he got to deal with when it comes to that. It does feel like a perfect fit, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was a no-brainer. I know he had to go on to other interviews because you just don't turn down interviews. You go even if you know that's not what you want to do. But I mean, it's the best fit for him, man. And it's funny you said that. I keep forgetting that he's the younger brother. I don't know why.
Because he don't look like it. That's why.
No, he doesn't look like it. He definitely looks older. I keep on forgetting.
Apparently, and I don't remember this. So for the most part, I remember Jim Harbaugh being the Indianapolis Colts quarterback. He also came to the Ravens for a year in 1998. I tell this story all the time because my dad was really excited about Jim Harbaugh, and I was 9 months pregnant when training camp started, and they dragged my pregnant ass out there in the sweltering heat to watch him practice. And I'm never going to forgive my parents for that. Like, Jim Harbaugh wasn't that great. I mean, he did have a really great playoff game with the Colts, but he wasn't that good for me to be taking my pregnant ass out there to go see practice. Wasn't even a real game. Shame on you, parents. Anyway, but apparently after he left Baltimore, he played for the San Diego Chargers. I don't remember that, but apparently it happened. So recently saw some like Chargers, Jim Harbaugh Chargers highlights, and I was like, hey, I didn't know this was even a thing. So apparently he's back with the organization that he once played for in the Los Angeles Chargers. But it does feel like a great fit. Obviously, they got Justin Herbert over there. They got, I don't know what happens to Keenan Allen, but Mike Williams, and he doesn't stay healthy either. But they got a couple of things over there. I think Austin Eckler is also up for contract too. I think his contract is expiring too. So I don't know what they're going to do. I know that they're Joe Horowitz, the Ravens personnel guy, is trying to become the GM over there, which sounds to me like the brothers are over there talking, picking out of the Ravens tree, and I don't like that. But
they in the group chat. Who can we take without making everybody
who's expendable? Who can I try to get from y'all? So anyway, perfect match in my opinion. Jim Harbaugh for the Chargers.
No brainer.
Surprise hiring Raheem Morris to the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I mean, I don't know if you consider that to be a surprise, but it's a surprise because Bill Belichick had a couple of interviews with the Falcons, and allegedly the issue that broke it all down was him wanting total control. And Arthur Blank was like, look, I seen what you did in New England. You ain't do that good with total control. I want you to just coach. And Bill Belichick said, no, but I'm the one in the winningest coaches. And he was like, thank you for your time. So I don't know if this means Bill Belichick's coaching career is over.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised. Oh, yeah. When is he got passed over? He might have gotten passed over more than. Did he interview for the Chargers position too?
I think he did. I think so.
He might have. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about over, but like, I don't think people are as mystified by him. So I just think they're just like, okay. And now I was surprised about Raheem Morris, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised because he's black.
But he
I
in a
didn't
black ass
think.
city, right?
Yeah, that don't matter. Uh, Baltimore's a black ass city too. But
Fair
like
enough.
I just was surprised because that is what the second flat out hiring of a black head coach and not like some oops, we gotta because even with D'Amico, D'Amico came, I mean, well, before D'Amico, even with Lovey came because they tried to hire somebody they had no experience in it, and it was the time period. So I was like, these flat out hires, like with no controversy. I'm just like, so you picked the black guy for real? So that's why I was surprised. Raheem Morris is a great coach, and he's very loved, and he's you could see the players very, very proud of him, and he can bring something. And it's that personality part. Like you don't hear nobody talking about Bill Belichick being a player coach like that, having the personalities to engage with players and connect with them in that way. I mean, they have a lot of respect for him because of his resume and because of his coaching acumen, but they're not like, you don't hear nobody saying I can call him in the middle of the night. So
Yeah, I think
no,
he old school.
the flower wall won't happen for us.
Damn, we can't get the flower wall at the day party for Bill Belichick. Yeah, I think I think that the coaching style that he has is a little played out. And I think that if you don't have the pieces, see, it's easy to listen to somebody when you are really good and it's like, I'm just going to do this because we are really good. But when you're struggling, and I don't know if the Falcons are going to struggle, but I'm saying if you're struggling and you got somebody that's acting like that, I just don't know if it's easy to listen to. You know what I'm saying? The message. Then the fact that you want to have total control, and they don't want to give you, nobody's going to want to give you total control at this point. So you're going to have to evolve yourself when it comes to your expectations on what people are going to want from you. And if you feel like I'm a bad bitch and I'm not, settling, that's understandable. But it's only 32 jobs, dog, and it was only 8 positions that were available. So, I mean,
and you have
there's
him. You got him. I'm sorry, cut you off. You got him and Mike Vrabel that's still out there, and I think Mike Vrabel will get a job before him.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's not crazy when you think about it, but it is crazy because Bill Belichick has such the resume. You know what I'm saying? It's only 2 jobs left: Seattle, Washington. They're literally the only 2 jobs left. Maybe one of those guys go to Washington because I don't recall either one of those guys being the Seahawks are interested in either one of them, and I could be wrong. I just that's not something that I've seen.
I don't see the Seahawks going from Pete Carroll to Bill Belichick. I feel like that's a lateral move. What are we doing here? I feel like that's a lateral move.
Old dude to old
dude.
Pete
Carroll. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that they going younger. I think they're gonna get Mike Vrabel need a job. Like So I think that I think they're gonna go younger. And I think that's why Pete Carroll was like, I'm not even putting myself out here. I'm gonna go and be the consultant somewhere until they call me and say, hey, this is your job,
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, and then Belichick would be, I mean, if he went, I honestly don't even think that Washington wants him, only because of the way they are going about the search. Like they are like, we're not doing anything. We're not going for the big name. We're not going for, like they did that with Ron Rivera. You brought in Eric Bieniemy. That was a waste. I mean, I don't know what happened there. That was a waste. I thought that they would fire Ron Rivera and elevate Eric Bieniemy, but I think honestly the players will probably revolt because he's definitely not very well liked. So I don't know. I think Bill Belichick might. I mean, does he even come to the analyst? He is the opposite of his BFF, Nick Saban.
Yeah. Well, Nick Saban has evolved, right? Nick Saban was a hard ass at first too, but he realized that he had to make some changes and he had to become more relatable and those things. And also he's a recruiter, so he had to kind of make some changes, and he was able to do that. Mm-hmm. Bill Belichick didn't feel like he had to change, and that's his problem. And now he's in his 70s. He definitely ain't changing. He ain't changing. He in his 70s. He don't give a fuck. And he's won 6 Super Bowls. Why would he give a fuck? So
Yeah.
that's the part that I think that he's just like, hey, I am who I am. Do y'all want me or not? This is my resume. And it's like, hey, we good over here, bro. If you want to be buying the ingredients and we got a sous chef already to do that, we good. We don't need that. So we'll see how this
I wish
goes.
he was just retired, because this kind of looks like, damn, you don't want my old ass. I wish she would have just been like, hey guys, I've done enough. Because you've done enough.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yep. Done enough. Go to Navy. Go be the head coach at Navy. That's where you grew up, and with Navy anyway, because your dad worked there. So go to Navy, go do something else, and if somebody is desperate enough in a couple of years where they need a guy that can do GM work and head coaching work, maybe they'll give you a call. But until then, that ain't happening, because Washington took San Francisco's guy to be their GM. So not happening.
Yeah. And he's not going to take that job, be the GM, and be like, Bill Belichick.
Exactly.
A young, hot coach.
Exactly. He got his own legacy to build. And it ain't gonna be with no old ass man. I don't care how many Super Bowl rings he won. And it's the thing too, Charles, because Bill Belichick is actually chasing Don Shula's record for most wins.
20 more games.
That's why he wants to continue to coach.
Yeah.
And look, you might just have to look, Don Shula ain't got 6 Super Bowls. Okay. So you might have to just let this go. I don't know.
6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Just go ahead and go with what you got so far.
You're going to the Hall of Fame regardless, bro. So you need to go ahead and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah. So
enjoy yourself. The Panthers, another hire. The Panthers hired a Bucs offensive coordinator, Danny Canellis. And so I don't know much about this man, but what I do know is that Baker Mayfield, although in the middle of the season, I was like, Baker not looking too good. The end of the season came and Baker kind of came. Baker had a nice start and a nice finish. The middle was a little muddy, but the start and the finish for Baker was really good. And I guess it helps when you have guys like Mike Evans and Godwin as your wide receivers. But
that's helpful.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess I don't really know a ton about this guy other than the fact that he utilized the weapons that he had, because they obviously went to the divisional round of the playoffs. Which I don't know if we saw that coming, because I saw people looking for Todd Bowles' ass. Okay, they was trying to get rid of Todd Bowles, but now you can't because you went to the divisional round.
And yes, you went to the divisional after barely squeaking it out. So that's why Todd Bowles was smiling so hard. That loss, he said, "My job is good though." I don't know too much about him other than he is a Mexican American. That's all I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we getting there, y'all. We getting there.
We are getting there.
Said, I think we have I think he's maybe the 4th or 5th Latino American coach. So we're getting on up there slowly but surely in 2024.
Yep. So
look,
I know it's saying I have to do my head count on, I guess, black head coaches, and I off the top of my head,
these minutes.
It's 5. Okay.
I've been counting all week. Because I was like, so we just got 3 straight up black hires. What's going on here? So it's 5. Now, if you count Black Mike, 5.25.
Did you count? Does Black Mike count in the 5?
No, he's not the 5. He's 0.25. So if you count him, 5.25. That was terrible thing.
Damn, he don't even get a 5.5.
Hey, all he needed was 5.25. That's what he got. Yeah. So we got D'Amico, we got Antonio, we got Raheem, we got Gerard Mayo, and we got Mike Tomlin.
I thought his daddy was half black. I mean, he was full black. Black Mike.
Biracial.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, 5.25 it is. 5 black head coaches.
5.25, and we lost Ron Rivera, so that's one, Latino American coach, and now we replaced him, so we got 1. So in total,
well, look how long it took for us to accept black quarterbacks in the NFL. So not us, meaning Chelsea and I, meaning the NFL. So Hopefully, we'll start to see more Black head coaches as things go along. All right. Divisional round had happened last weekend, and if I'm sure you saw. I'm sure you saw the 49ers Packers game where the Packers essentially, in my opinion, gave that game away. Brock Purdy did not necessarily play well. He played well when he needed to in the fourth quarter to go up. And essentially they won that game, the go-ahead score. But for 3.5 quarters, he didn't play well. And Amy Trask, our good friend, was essentially called all types of names. I've seen people call her cunts, everything but a child of God, because she made a comment about Brock Purdy. Now, listen, y'all was so focused on her saying there's all these great quarterbacks and then there's Brock Purdy. When in the meat and potatoes of the conversation, she said, I think that Brock Purdy is a great quarterback, but he just doesn't have what these other ones do, right? And when you look at all the quarterbacks that were in the divisional round, everybody was a first rounder except Brock Purdy.
Yep.
Everybody. So, y'all be upset because y'all want to defend Brock Purdy, the Richard Shermans of the world, all these other people want to defend Brock. And that's nasty business, by the way. Richard Sherman needs to have dignity. Now, I know that he went to the 49ers after he left the Seahawks, but really, you are a Seahawk. You was on the Legion of Boom. So defending that man like you was a 49er your whole life, to me, is nasty fucking business. Okay, it's bad enough. Bad enough you went to the division rival. And look, I'll give you that, right? Money is money. I'm gonna go where the love is or whatever. But at the end of the day, you are a Seahawk. And for you to be riding that man's nuts like that is nasty fucking work. Okay? Brock Purdy is a nice guy, a decent quarterback. But again, we saw the 49ers go to the Super Bowl with Jimmy fucking Garoppolo. That's why nobody thinks that Brock Purdy is that fucking great, because we saw a dude with that literally is not a starter right now go to the Super Bowl with a less supporting cast, by the way, because Christian McCaffrey was not on that fucking team when he went there.
I could not believe how much people talked about Brock Purdy this week.
Are you really surprised? Because I'm not.
It's like they didn't watch the game with their eyes. Yeah. Until the end, but also it's that, what do you call it, a recency bias? It's the same way when a quarterback has a great game and then at the end they make a mistake that cost them the game, and all you remember is that last thing that they did, or what went, or that the game wasn't won. But like, he gets a lot of grace. And I mean, it's just, I really don't know what to say about it. And you're right about Rich Sherman. He was absolutely falling all over himself.
Fanboying
all over himself, and then everybody is requoting, Cam Newton. And I was like, y'all use that Cam Newton segment, whichever way it go. Use it for or against. Either you agree with it when you see something happen, but when he won the game, everybody was like, oh, okay, oh, this and this. No, he still is the game manager. He tried to lose the game, but he did.
He did.
He tried real hard to lose that game.
Did. So my thing is this, Charles. Look, Brock, obviously you need some type of talent to play NFL quarterback. You need something, right? But if you put Brock Purdy on the Giants, do you feel like he would be? I'm just, so you laughing because you already know. Listen, I'm just making the point that if they switched Brock Purdy with Tyrod Taylor, I feel like they're going to get the same results. That's where I stand with that. And again, y'all act like us saying he a game manager is a bad thing, because at the end of the day, he's in the NFL. It doesn't matter. He don't have elite talent. He's not an elite talent, but he's good enough to create situations where they're being put in winning situations, and that's okay. Like, if I wouldn't give a fuck if I was Brock Purdy, I would be like, okay, cool. So y'all call me a manager. But if they end up winning the Super Bowl, he'd be like, and these game managers won these rings. And that's where I would be with it.
Absolutely. I mean, and he's, and you're falling all over yourself for someone that isn't in the MVP conversation when most of the others are. Like
I think he's a
we pretty
finalist,
much
but come
know.
on, how many? Let's be
I thought
real.
it was Christian McCaffrey. I thought I just saw Christian McCaffrey.
Both of them. I think it's Lamar, Dak, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey. There, and I can't remember who the fifth person is, but he's in
okay.
he's in there.
I didn't see them in there. I mean, but yeah, okay. So I mean, I don't know, but I'm hollering laughing at you saying if you put him on the Giants, because if you put him on the Giants, he would be Tommy DeVito.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is that
it would be Tommy DeVito.
If you have that kind of weaponry around you, it is easy to mask your your situational, your talent. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, right? And
you got a great defense that can bail you out. You got a great defense that can take you out of these holes. And that is one of the things that I lament over with my team, is that you got Dak trying to make up for the defense, letting people walk up and down the field and getting horrible penalties and costing the game. And no one ever looks at the defense and say the defense lost that game. They always look at the quarterback, and you let Dak fall. Dak falls on his sword and nobody says anything. And that's the way the story goes. So it's the same thing with when your team is playing really good. The 49ers are really good. Their defense is really good. And their defense was able to bail him out of some of those situations that he put them in. On all of them that he put them in. Down to the wire.
That's okay to say. I just don't even understand why this is a thing. But anyway, y'all gonna keep going on ahead and keep blessing Brock Purdy with all of these compliments, and that's fine. I mean, look, he did muster up a game-winning drive at the end of the game, and Jordan Love didn't help the Packers at all with that pick at the end of the game. But we're not gonna act like Jordan Love didn't outplay Brock Purdy until that final series. That's what we.
And I really hate that pick. That was a dumbass pick. That was dumb. But he is ridiculous. A rookie. I mean, not a rookie. It is the Brett Favre. It is the Brett Favre. But and I'm just like, damn, he threw that pick, and nobody's going to talk about how good he played.
Yep. But because, like you said, recency bias.
A rookie. I know he's not a rookie, but in my mind, rookie as in first-year starter, right?
Right.
I want you to make that mistake now. Well, not at that particular point, but I want you to get that out of your system. But the boy at the last stretch of the season, he played phenomenal. And so we talked too much about Brock Purdy last week. Y'all got to find some other topics.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. All right, it is AFC NFC Championship weekend. All right. 3 p.m. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson host the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Chels, where do you see this going?
Why you sound like you was about to tell me some paternity test results?
Chels,
the Ravens versus the Chiefs.
You are
what? I'm the pappy. I'm picking the Ravens. I'm not picking them because of you. And I am picking them because I think that the Ravens are the better team. And I really don't see the Ravens not going to the Super Bowl. I think that you all make it loud enough in the bank today to cause a lot of them false starts to make a difference. And I think that I think you get it done. I'm gonna tell you, I usually don't be nervous about games, but I'm just like, come on. So yes, I am handedly picking the Ravens in a close one, but I'm picking the Ravens.
Yeah, I think that Baltimore has the better team. Patrick Mahomes is definitely still very scary, so you cannot count him out. But this is a different environment. They've not played an AFC championship on the road before, Mahomes and company.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time that they're going to do that. And look, I'm sure Buffalo's environment was rowdy too, but Buffalo to me doesn't I mean, they literally had 3 linebackers like that were healthy,
they don't
last
have the
week.
same team, and they had Stephon had what do you have, like 3 catches or something
Yeah,
for
3
like
catches,
20
but he had 2 major drops. 2 major drops that
Big
had he
drop.
caught them, they would have lost the Chiefs. Because one was probably a touchdown, and one would have gotten them at least inside the red zone, and they would put a point. So, I just think that the Ravens are healthy. I think that they have the number 1 scoring defense, the number 2 scoring offense, so they're incredibly balanced. Again, I am not shorting Patrick Mahomes by any means because he's a magician, but I do think that this is now or never for the Ravens. So I'm going with the Ravens as well, by a touchdown. And then we have, after that, the Detroit Lions go to the Santa Clara area, for the 49ers. I saw that a lot of people are actually hopping on the Lions bets because they are a minus, they're +7. They're 7-point underdogs.
Yeah. I'm actually going with the Lions on this, and
Ooh.
I am going with the Lions. I was like, I feel like we shocked the world today. Today feels
like somebody got to have an upset. This is your upset, huh?
This is my upset. I feel, hey, don't bet and blame me. I'm saying that.
We already said we don't do that.
We shocked the world today. I feel like we shocked the world today. I think my predictions for the last 3 years since Dan Campbell's been there, I was like, he's building something. I think that the Motor City is going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's crazy, right? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I think that the Lions have the weaponry for sure to do it. But I don't necessarily know if I love the matchup against San Francisco's offense. Yeah, I got to pick the Niners here, unfortunately. I got to pick the Niners. I want the Lions to win, by the way. I want the Lions to win. I am rooting for you, Detroit, even though y'all was some shitty-ass fans when they played the Ravens, and you had to have your hands smacked with the fucking back in the day, like when they took the ruler and then you had to get your hand popped real bad because y'all talk a whole lot of shit and y'all got your ass beat at M&T Bank Stadium. But that was a lifetime ago. I'm gonna go ahead and root for y'all. Hopefully y'all can pull out a win, but I think that San Francisco finds a way to pull that out, unfortunately. But I want Chelsea to be right. I just want to be clear.
I want to be right.
I want Chelsea to be right. All right, boy. Before we get to college football, just want to make sure that you book your next winter getaway with our sponsor, Expedia. Package your flight and hotel to start saving big time. Plus, don't forget to sign up because members earn up to 10 times more one key cash on flights when booking a package. Start saving by clicking the link in the description and booking your next trip with our Expedia promo link. So get to clicking and get to buying your next vacation there.
Yeah.
All right. College football. I'm bad with names, right? So I don't know how to, I'm just going to, if I say it wrong, you go ahead now. Correct. Is it Sharon Moore?
I don't know what that man named. Sharon.
Okay.
Sharon. I think it's Sharon.
Okay, cool. Mr. Moore, Mr. I don't see color, if we all remember, Mr. Man that cried when Jim Harbaugh was not on the sidelines and they won their game, is going to take over for the head coaching position that Jim Harbaugh vacated because he's now the LA Chargers coach. So, what do we think about this hire, Chels?
Is that why he was crying like that? Because he knew Jim Harbaugh was going to leave and he might be the heir apparent. And so when he won that game, he helped it. I mean, he won. Was it 3 games that he had to win by himself?
Yeah, I think so.
And so he, that might have been why he was up there crying and carrying on like that. But we'll see. That's high expectations. You coming off a national championship. But the main thing is you got to beat Ohio State. Oh, they don't care how much you're crying.
Which they did. They did beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
When he was coaching. So
you got to do it every year. Every year. So
do you think he's gonna you think he's gonna call Jim Harbaugh on his bat phone on Saturday?
Oh, he's definitely gonna be in they're gonna be in the earpiece. He was in the earpiece these last 3 games. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. They're gonna want to see what he does by himself.
I'm gonna tell you this, Charles. I'm gonna tell you this. If he loses to Ohio State, he gonna know what color is then.
Hey, talk about it. You're
gonna be every naysayer in the book, bro. You're gonna be every naysayer in the book. Hey,
it's gonna get colorful. It's gonna get
real colorful. Real colorful. You don't see color now, but let me tell you something. You lose to a big rival, they gonna remind you what color you is, baby bubba.
Yeah. They gonna call you a big old crying naysayer. Oh boy. They gonna call him all kinds of stuff.
Oh, baby, you gonna be walking outside your car. Somebody gonna be Hulk Hogan in your car. They already got the N and the I done. Hey, you gotta be careful, bro. You gotta be careful about how you speak about certain things. Okay. Hey. And you heard Gerard Mayo say, hey, I see color. And that's what we need to be saying. We see it because guess what? When you lose, they're going to remind you of your color. So just because you don't see it, don't mean the rest of the world don't, bro. And you're going to find out. I pray that you don't have to have the opportunity of losing to Ohio State, because if you do, nasty business is ahead.
Ooh, it's going to be some ugly work. Good luck, Sharon.
Peace and love. We don't know how to say that man's name, but nothing. All right, Alabama, your team. Nick Saban retired. Then we had a couple people jump ship, and they was like, "Oh no, Nick Saban! Oh no!" Which is very interesting because the guy that they replaced him with just came from a national championship. And so I don't understand why y'all was so ready to jump ship. Anyway, Ryan Williams, the top Alabama wide receiver, who I think when he decommitted, he went to Ohio State. Is that correct?
I feel like that was it. And he decommitted. It was like I think he decommitted before Kalen was hired.
Yes, he did. Right after the Nick Saban news came out, he decommitted from Alabama. I think he committed to Ohio State. But he recommitted himself back into Alabama. So the question I have is, what was the bag? The recommitting bag like?
Where the money resides. Where the money resides. You got 2 things going on. One, you decommitted. It was a knee-jerk reaction, and this story just tells you how they are really thinking. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a knee-jerk reaction. You didn't wait for any other kind of news. Then a coach who just came from the college playoffs ends up getting a job. Then you kind of find out that Nick Saban is gone, but not really gone. He's still helping out with everything. He's still in the background. He probably is still helping out with recruiting. And he might have been the one that called him and said, now, why did you take and run so fast?
Oh, you already know Nick Saban was on the phone. You know that he was the first one to call.
Absolutely. So I don't see. I'm wondering if that is something that has happened with a few of them, and will you see people switching back, not necessarily just to Bama, but like switching back to where they are running from. But of course, we know where the money resides, and I don't care who you are, you got to make that cash out go off for these people.
Yeah,
they got to hear the ding. Or the Apple Pay. They got to hear the
Cash App, Zelle, Venmo.
They got to hear it.
Something hit. They said, "Oh, how much more you need? Okay, we got you. Boom, here we go." And he is back at Alabama. Boom, boom,
Back
boom. Look,
committed and enrolled, baby. Enrolled.
yep, yep. So it's crazy how, the domino effect now of like NIL works, in terms of like, oh, I can, I'm leaving, I'm decommitting, and then somebody else is like, well, we got a bag for you right here, waiting for you right here. Then the booster said, oh, no, 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 we have a bigger bag, and we still got Nick Saban, so we're gonna just reel him back into the program. So, shout out for that young man for coming to his senses and saying, maybe I was just tripping. I'm good over here. So we'll see how that plays out. All right. Volcano time. Do you have anyone that you would like to put in the volcano?
I actually did not think about that this week. I have someone that I would like to put in the volcano, but I'm afraid to put that person in the volcano because her stands are crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So give me a hint on who we putting in the volcano.
She's married to a pedophile.
Oh, grandma lady rapper. Okay, cool.
Hey, listen, how about it? What if I just don't say her name?
Oh, grandma lady rapper.
Yeah, Granny Pants. Hey, lady, I want you to go talk to the lady for 2 days, 48 hours. You've been going.
She might need a 72-hour hold, friend.
She needed a 72-hour hold. She need to be medicated and leveled out, and she need to stay in there for about 4 to 6 weeks before she comes out. I've never seen nobody act like this with a lack of dignity. And she's being empowered by a bunch of sociopaths that are her stands. But I think she's even losing some stands. But like, I've never seen anybody. A woman, I don't like when a woman is not a woman's woman. She's not a woman's woman. She's not a girl.
I hate it. Yep. Same.
She will think about the most horrible, awful, disgusting things to say about someone, and for nothing. Like talking about that girl's mother being dead. You must know how to fight real good. Well, I know you know how to duck shoes. I know she know how to duck shoes because Cardi let the shoe fly. I know she know how to duck shoes. But like, I just thought that was just so hateful. And I like the drama. I look at the drama and all of that. But that is a hateful, nasty, evil woman. And she looked crazy. She actually looks dumb on the internet right now. Meanwhile,
yeah.
Meanwhile, our niece Meg got the single is #1. She doing well. She's on. You turn the TV on, you see her. She got the Planet Fitness thing going on. She has a phenomenal personality, which is why she does so well on social media with her TikToks and stuff like that. She's an excellent rapper. She got a dope flow, no matter what the old lady pants says. And everything is going well for her. But it boils down to she ain't a woman's woman. You ain't here for the sisters. You ain't here for the girls. You ain't here for all of that. You're only here for yourself. And you can't survive that way. And that's why you look crazy and you're flailing on the internet and you look dumb.
Yeah. She looks dumb. She looks sick. Shout out to our good friend, Carla, aka So Coco. Because somebody said, well, Remy had, all the, to smoke for her. Why she ain't go after her? And Carla said, because she shoots. And I think that y'all be forgetting. See, she know who she thinks she can play with. That's the problem. But there's one thing's for sure, two things for certain. She ain't gonna play with no Remy Ma like that because Remy Ma will go find her and she'll be right back in jail. Okay, so
it's gonna get active. It's gonna get active.
Yeah, and she ain't really about that life. Like, let's be clear, right? It is very sad though that she is acting the way that she does, that she's allowing this man to essentially ruin her career, because that's really what this is boiling down to. And this is a person that's a mother, and your child, you are supposed to set examples for your children. Now, I get that the child is she's young. That's a young child, but it doesn't matter. Even though she can't read the internet now, she's going to be able to read it later. And this is the stuff that's going to be archived about her mom. It's pretty disgusting.
Him.
Oh, it's a boy. I'm sorry.
It's a boy. Mm-hmm.
I apologize. It's a boy.
I was like, who is that? She got another one. Yeah.
Girl,
yeah.
I don't, that's how you know I don't keep up with her ass. Right. I didn't even know she had a boy.
I do want to disagree with you on one little part. I really don't think that the man did this. This has always been her. I think that she has found someone to enhance her foolishness.
It has always been her, but because of his past, she gets really upset that people bring it up, even though I don't even think Meg brought it up in the song, but she gets upset about the truth, essentially. Essentially, it's the truth.
You wait till the little boys start going to school and have the school plays and the Christmas plays and the back to school night.
It's not funny, but it's funny. It's not funny at all. But the father can't come to nothing. The father can't come to nothing.
She'll have to get a cardboard cutout and take it along with her. Get the life-size cardboard cutout and set it in the back of the class for back to school night.
He gonna get a rug with his body on it. Act like it's him. See, that's your daddy right there. What you mean he ain't here? He's right there.
I have to Photoshop him in the pictures.
Jesus, we're gonna be at the Golden Corral, child, taking the pictures because he know he can't come into the school.
Meet y'all at the
life you are setting your child up for, child. That is nasty work.
That is dirty business.
Dirty business. So yes, we are putting Granny Rapper Lady into the volcano this week. I am putting Patrick Mahomes' trainer in the volcano. This man is a fucking clown. He all week long he was posting things about like trying to find, I guess, bulletin board material to post. And so first thing he did was Kyle Van Noy was on the Pat McAfee show, which he's on there pretty regularly. And Van Noy had some very nice, nothing that Van Noy said was disrespectful at all. He had some very nice things to say about the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Well, YouTube posted it and they created a fake quote, okay, that basically was like, it would have been bulletin board material had it been true. But when you watch the segment with that he's on, he never says any of it.
Oh, wow.
The trainer screenshots it and was like, noted, hey, sir, that's not true. And I know that you know that's not true. The fucking problem is that you want to get a fan base riled up because you know people are fucking stupid. People don't do their research. You know that people are just gonna take it to be true because you're Patrick Mahomes' trainer and they think that you got better sense than that. You know, Roquan said something about he had very nice things. He said Patrick Mahomes is an elite quarterback. We're also an elite defense, and he put on his pants one leg at a time, just like the rest of us. I don't think that that's bulletin board material. I think that that's the truth. Patrick Mahomes does. So, and if you're the 1 seed, I don't see why you have an issue pumping yourself up, right? And he said Patrick Mahomes is elite. I don't know what. Then he reposted that and said, yeah, you know, whatever. Then Marcus Williams says he goes on Case Adams' podcast and was like, you know, talking about the game. And he was like, yeah, you know how black people talk, child. So he like, yeah, so they got to come see us, which means they have to come here. It's not like he was being they gotta come see us. He was like, yeah, so you know the game is Sunday, and then they gotta come see us, and da da da. I mean, he's just literally just talking. You know what that means? You know that means that they gotta come to him, right? Oh, he makes that something. It literally is nothing. So all of the Chiefs Kingdom was in my mentions because I called them out and I said that he's the clown. So they was calling me they made it personal, called me all types of names. And I'm not talking about Patrick Mahomes at all. I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes' trainer. Baby, I can't even imagine if I said something about Mahomes, what they would have done. They might have exploited me, doxed me, child, because they was going in on me, honey. And I was just like, at the end of the day, and I said what I said, none of y'all can beat my ass. Okay?
Well, there's
none of you. None of you. And I said that, I tweeted that, and they was in my mentions. Guess what? You can do all that talking with your cartoon Abbies, with your fake pictures in your Abby, with your Taylor Swift in your Abby. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Y'all can't beat my ass. And if you wanted to, you'd have to come to Charm City to do it. You think you're gonna come to my city and do all of that? You're not.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
So
you're not.
At the end of the day, that man is a propaganda machine. He's trash. And the people that are stupid enough to believe all of the shit that he posted are stupid. And if you was saying personal things about me, you trash too. But once again, you can't beat my ass.
So you should probably throw the trainer and all them people that was in your mentions in the volcano.
And all the people that was in my mentions. I'm not going to sit here and say the whole Chiefs Kingdom, right? Because that's unfair for us to start saying, oh, entire fan bases do these things. Everybody got bad people in their fan bases, right? That's just what it is. There's good, bad, and ugly, right? The bad and the ugly was in my motherfucking mentions, baby. And they was going in on me because of Patrick Mahomes' trainer. Like, they literally was trying to spin this to say that I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I've never said that I didn't like Patrick Mahomes, although I think that he was acting like a little bitch with that whole offsides thing. And I'm standing by that because y'all was dead ass wrong. That man was offsides. He was literally on the other side of the field. Okay.
Oh, he 100% was, yeah. And we speak extremely highly about Patrick Mahomes all the time. Like, he's in a league of his own. He is him. Like, what else do you need to say? But like, yeah, his trainer. And what does his trainer mean? Noted. Are you going on the field?
Yeah, like, bro, you his trainer. Calm the fuck down. And nothing that the Ravens said was bulletin board material. Nothing that they said was bulletin board material. Nothing. So I want you to jump in the fucking volcano because what you need to be doing is training and making sure that them draws is washed. But you on Twitter posting propaganda about things that don't exist, things that your narratives you're trying to create but don't exist. And I'm fucking tired. And I don't like you, and I don't like the motherfuckers in my mentions. So I need the Ravens to win. So then that way I can talk my shit and y'all can be quiet. At least for another
year. Just go back and retweet all of them. That's all I do. Just retweet.
Girl, I muted it. I didn't even look. Like, somebody else had to go and tell me, like, oh, it's real nasty in there. And I was like, I mean, I said what I said. So I'm not gonna keep arguing with these bots and these people. I'm not gonna do that. So anyway,
muting the conversation is one of the best things that have ever happened. But I even got it so I don't see mentions from people I don't follow no way.
Correct.
So I have to go into the tweet. So I'm out here. I'm out here like the Winnie the Pooh gift, like.
Me too. So I missed a whole lot for that reason alone, right? Like, hey, whatever. So yeah, get in the volcano there. Bye. All right. Any final thoughts, Chels?
I'm looking forward to good games today. And that's it. And I just really hope that things go the way I hope you have a good day today. I hope you have a really good day. You ain't gonna be out there in the 17 degrees, which I thought was crazy. But I told you wear that fur coat. Told you.
I did. But that was warm.
Yes, you was warm. That's why I was like, why would you wear the fur coat? This is fur coat weather, you know. But I hope you have a really good day today. That's my final
Thank you,
thought.
friend. My final thought is that regardless of what team Lamar was going to be on, because I definitely thought that the Saints were going to draft him, and then they didn't. I had literally had it in my mind, like, oh, the Saints are going to draft him, and I'm just going to have to be like a quasi Saints fan because I'm rooting for Lamar no matter what. You and I have been rooting for Lamar since he was at Louisville, and then the Ravens got him. So it is what it is. I'm rooting. And my final thought is that I really want this for Lamar. If Lamar didn't play for the Ravens, I would still want this for Lamar. He just so happens to play for the team that I root for. But I am rooting for Lamar because I'm tired of the narratives of the way that he plays and how, he can't do this and he won't do that and he's not able to do this. Lamar can do everything. And I want this to happen for him because I think while I think that his legacy, in my opinion, is already intact. If he wins two MVPs, it doesn't matter, right? But to actually advance to a Super Bowl would start to change the narrative about people that look like him, that play like him. You know what I'm saying? Because we sit here and we praise Josh Allen, who literally was a project when he came to the NFL. Literally, if you watched him in college, he was a mess. He was all over the place, but he had a great arm, you know, and that's what you got from him, right? But we get to watch people praise Josh Allen out here when he running around like Mike Allstott, but then Lamar is only a runner. And that's really fucked up. I don't like it. And I would love nothing more than for them, because not us, to change the narrative on how they view Lamar Jackson. And I think playing against a guy like Patrick Mahomes starts to do that. So I'm just sending Lamar all the great vibes today. I just hope that he's able to overcome all the adversity that he's seen his entire career. And hopefully this means we can start changing the conversation about Lamar. So that's my final thought.
Well said. Here.
We will be recapping the championship games on our next episode and talking about all the other things. There are 2 coaching vacancies left. I'm assuming by then we'll start hearing some rumblings on who that's going to be. So we'll talk about that as well. And we look forward to recapping everything next week. So we want to thank you all for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.